Hey guys, welcome back to Adventure Camping. Tactical Nut here, and today we're here to talk about a camping lantern from Balit. So stay tuned. You know, Balit did send this to me to be reviewed, so just want to get that out there. But I'm telling you what, when I saw that it was a lantern, I love lanterns when I go camping and backpacking and stuff like that because they are so useful. But they're also useful for just around the house, working on your car. I mean, there's a bunch of different uses, power outage, you know, all that kind of stuff. So to give you a quick rundown, here's what it looks like. There's their logo. It does come with this little hook. Now, I did attach it with a little rubber band because this does not close up. If I had a critique, that would probably be the only one that I've had, just because it would be nice to have a way to attach it that came with it, so that you wouldn't lose that little hook. You could always replace it with like an S-beaner or something like that, but it does work really well. Now, as you can see right here, there's like some sticky stuff there. That is because, let me just show you, it comes with this metal plate right here, and so what is really awesome about this is this has a magnet right there. And so, being the typical guy, I do not read instructions before I use things. I just assumed that if you remove the adhesive and added it here, then you could magnetically stick it to other things. No. That's not how that works. Now, the reason why I like it when things are magnetic like this is because of this. So if you're out camping and you need to hang this, because like me, many times I've arrived at camp and it was already dark, and so I need to set up. I usually wear a headlamp, but it's also nice to have a lantern to be able to see a wider area. So depending on where you are, if there's no low branches and stuff around, you can take your knife, stab it into the side of a tree, have this, and then you have a way to hang your lantern while you're out in the woods. Now, what I can do is just add another piece of tape to this, stick it to a surface that I want to keep permanent, so that when I want to use this lantern, and for me this would be around the house or something like that, I could just use that, stick it up to it, and then remove it, and it would function like a normal magnet with the adhesive strip. Not how I did it, so don't do what I did. Now, to give you some specs on it real quick, show you the manual. I'll probably have to put my old man glasses on in just a second, but here's your owner's manual, so in case you want to pause it. But I'll read these off real quick. It is getting a little darker, so. Alright, so you have, weight is 120 grams. Battery capacity is 2,000 milliamps. Beam angle is 360 degrees. Has a micro USB or USB-C. I do believe it came with the USB-C. I just have so many cords sitting on my counter right now that I'm almost positive it came with the C. But I can't tell you for 100% sure, but it will take both, and I'll show you that in just a second. It's IPX65 or IP65, so you can get it a little wet, but don't dunk it or anything like that. The lumens, because it's going to have 3 settings. High is 300 lumens, low is 75, and then there's an SOS mode on there as well. I'm assuming it's going at the 300 lumens because it does seem to be pretty bright. I'll show you this. This is your high, this is where it will start, your low, and then your SOS. So, pretty simple to use. Each time you're just going to click that single button. As you see here, it does come with a lanyard. You could also use this to hang it from a branch or a pole or anything else that you needed to. Personally, I'm probably not going to walk around with this hanging from my wrist, but you could hang it from a pack if you needed to, if you had to do some night hiking. Headlamp would probably work better, but this would get a big area, so that works for that. Let's see, runtime is going to be 3.5 hours on high, 13 hours on low, and 10 on SOS. Your charging time is 3.5 hours. And when you get it, please read your directions first and don't do the dumb thing like I did and attach the metal piece where it's not supposed to go. Or how it's not supposed to go anyway. Here's your 2 charging ports, your C and micro USB. You got a little rubber gasket right here that pushes right in. That's going to help protect it and keep it a little more waterproof. But guys, I'm telling you, this is a cool little light. It's really lightweight, really easy to use. Like I said, there's no there's no crazy functions to it, right? So literally just 3 clicks and you'll get to the 3 different modes that it has. I love it. I mean, it's functional around the house, functional out in the woods. So a lot of uses for it. So now all we have to do is wait for it to get dark. And then once that happens, I'll show you the brightness levels of it and give you my final thoughts. I forgot to show you. This is going to be the box that it comes in. There's your label right there. That's what it looks like from the outside. It'll come packaged like this, and you will also get underneath, aside from the charging cable, the metal plate, and the owner's manual, you also get the warranty card. So if you want to take a look at that, we'll give you how to contact them and stuff like that. All right, now we're really going to wait this time for it to get dark so you can see how it works. Alright, so I'm here in my garage, kind of simulating that if you're broke down the side of the road, or even if you're at your house and the power went out, but you needed to do some work on your car because something went wrong with it. As you can see here, I could easily see everything on the engine. This is the high mode. If you wanted to move it to get to just a different location to see different areas of the car, you could just keep magnetically attaching it so that you can work on any part of it. Same with your tires, you could attach it somewhere else under the wheel well or something like that in order to change a tire if you needed to. Especially if you're on the side of the road, you could use this to sit attached to your car so that people could see where you are and see you so that you don't get hit or anything like that. So kind of a safety measure as well. But give me just a second. I'll shut the hood of the car. I'll attach it somewhere in the garage. You'll see what it looks like in the room. Alright, so just so you're aware, this is a 2-car garage. Obviously only 1 car in here now. And as always, flashlights and lights do not do or not serve their just purpose on a camera. But this is a pretty good idea of what your area would look like if you attached it like I just did to the garage door opener. Yeah, but I mean, if I had to be out here to do anything because the power's out, you know, this is a perfect solution to pretty much light up most of the entire room. I'll take you up to my bonus room. We'll try it inside and then outside. All right, so as you can see here, I attached it to where the lights are on the ceiling fan. Just kind of give you an idea. This is a fairly large room. I mean, it is a bonus room, so as you can see, it lights up the entire room enough to where you could do anything that you need to do at night with good visibility. It's not the brightest light in the world, but guess what? When your power's out and you just need to be able to read, get stuff done around the house, this is probably, man, maybe like a 15 by 20 room, if I remember correctly. So yeah, as you can see here, I mean, it lights up this room really well. All right, let's take it outside and see how it does out there. All right, so this is on its brightest mode. I'm about 7 yards from this tree. Once again, cameras just do not light justice, but if you could imagine, if you were setting up your tent or hammock under this tree, you would definitely have plenty of lighting. If you've ever done a flashlight review, you would know how much wider this light is actually coming. It's literally, from what I can see, the light is coming to where my finger's going, to very good visibility. That obviously this is really bright. This is still good usable visibility up into this range, and it is going a pretty wide berth. So just understand this is a floodlight, not a throw light. So it's just meant to light up an area. So one of the things that you could do with it, if you had to leave your tent in the middle of the night, put it on the low mode and use it like a beacon on the inside of your tent. So when you walked away, you could come back and be able to easily find it from a distance. You could hang it outside of the tent to do the same thing. The run time on this is really good, so you wouldn't have any worry of the battery going dead really quickly. Yeah, I mean, it's just a really good, lightweight, semi-waterproof light that I think you're really going to like. It's done really well for me. Like I said before, just don't take the metal piece off and put the tape on it and attach it to the light itself, because that's not what it's supposed to do. I don't mind calling myself out on that one, because maybe I should read the directions. But anyway, if you wanted to attach it someplace like in a garage or something like that, to where you could put that little metal piece on the wall or on someplace that's metal and then just attach the light when you wanted it, that's a good idea. Just not what I did. But as you can see, hopefully the brightness level is extremely good, and it's like I've always said, you don't need more than 200 lumens when you're out at night and your eyes have adjusted to the darkness. More is better always, but at the same time, 200 lumens gets you really far and you can really do a lot of stuff. And so this being at 300 at its brightest mode is really good. I'll walk over and change it to the dim and then do the SOS just so you can see what those look like. Alright, so this is 75 lumens. Obviously, well, what I'm looking at all around the base of the tree is still good, usable light. Obviously it looks a lot different on camera because they always do. But now we'll go to the SOS. So this one, if you're stranded somewhere on the side of the road, out in the woods, doesn't really matter. You need some help. Everybody knows SOS. If they don't know SOS or what this pattern of blinking light is, you could easily just rely on the fact that they know something's up because a light is flashing. You know, it's not a strobe, so, you know, this definitely causes, you know, a bit of attention, especially from anybody that has any idea of what SOS is. And so you could get effectively rescued, or at least get some attention to people start coming your way to find out what's going on, which is, you know, what you're going for if you're using this mode. All right, guys, hopefully this will help you in your purchasing decisions of a new camping lantern. I think you'll really like this. There's going to be a discount code again, just like the water filters, for 10% off in the description below. And in the meantime, guys, be prepared, have fun, check out Balit.